Good morning, everybody. Good morning from another beautiful sunny day in Las Vegas. It is now March. Things are warming up nicely. I think it must be about 20 degrees or something like that today. You can see the strip maybe just over there. So what are we doing today? So today I'm going to answer that burning question you've always been scared to ask, and that is, if I bought my skis to Vegas, sorry about that, just getting on and off the highway. Yeah, so I'm going to answer that question you've always wanted to ask. If I bought my skis to Vegas, can I go skiing? It is in the middle of the desert, so you probably think the answer is no. Roadworks, where the hell am I going? However, as you can see in the front of me, the answer might very well be yes, because today we are going to go up Mount Charleston. Not to the very top, I haven't quite got the clothing for that, but we're going to show you Mount Charleston, which is, or does have, a ski resort. Now Vegas is just over there, probably about 10 miles, 10 to 15 miles over my left shoulder is the strip, and this is Kyle Canyon Road, which isn't actually the most direct route to Mount Charleston. If I'd gone further down that highway, about another 15 minutes, there's another road that runs up the other side of this bit of land here, and that takes you directly to the ski resort. I'm going to keep my speed off, because I don't know how good the audio is still. I know it's alright when I'm going kind of below 60, so I'll try and stay below 60. Well, I think the speed limit up here is 50, I think. And there's cops down here, because there's a cop station up the top of Mount Charleston, weirdly. So we shall be a good boy. Actually, that was a cop there. We shall be good today and just take it easy. I hope you can see the mountain okay. So it's a ski resort. It's got it's not a very big ski resort. It's only got about, I want to say four or five runs maybe, like sort of red runs, maybe a black run thrown in there, and there's like a nursery slope. The problem is, if you're going to learn to ski at that resort, there's nothing in between the nursery slope and like a red run. So you'll learn on the nursery slope, and then you've got to go up the ski lift and throw yourself down a mountain, like some kind of suicidal ski lesson. So I mean, I can ski, but Tracy learned to ski up there on the nursery slope, but then didn't really want to take that leap of faith and go up the ski lift to come down a red run. And to be honest, I don't blame her. I don't think I'd want to do that when I learned to ski. So it's not ideal for a place to learn to ski, but hey, there's a ski resort in Vegas, so there you go. That question you've always wanted to know, I have answered, and you can go back to sleep now. Right, so it's going to take us about, well, at this speed, it's going to take us about 20 minutes, I guess, to get up there. So what I thought I would talk about today is bike gear, bike clothing, because it's really important, and it's good information. So if you are thinking of learning to ride a bike, or you are in the process of learning to ride a bike, or you have just learned how to ride a bike and you've passed your test and what have you, you're going to want some bike gear. Now, what I would say to you is, don't skimp on bike gear. Protecting yourself from an accident is the most important thing. Like, I might say, you know, Daisy is my pride and joy, and she's irreplaceable, and she is irreplaceable, but there are other Ducati 916s out there. So if I had a crash and she was destroyed, it would be very upsetting, but she could be replaced, really, in truth. However, you cannot. And if you fall off your bike, no matter how fast you're going, whether we're going this fast, 50, 55 miles an hour, whether you're going 10 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt regardless of what gear you've got on. So you've got to give yourself the best chance. So let's say you've passed your bike test and you've got, I don't know, say £6,000 to spend on a bike. First thing I'd say to you is take away at least £1,000 of that to buy bike gear. So really you've only got £5,000 budget for your bike and about £1,000 to spend on bike gear, because it's not cheap. You know, it's not sold by the millions. It takes probably a lot of research and development costs to these companies, and they got to pass all these safety tests to make sure their armour and stuff reaches the levels of protection that they're going to, you know, meet the standards to be sold to the public. So yeah, give yourself at least £1,000. The other things you need to think about are, and there are so many things to think about, you've got to think about what kind of bike you're riding. You know, if you're riding a sports bike, you're going to want more kind of sporty gear. If you're riding an adventure bike, you're going to want more adventure type gear. If you're riding a moped, you're going to want kind of something kind of like this. Yeah, you could wear at work, I guess. There are so many options. Then you've got to think about the weather. Where do you live? You know, if you can ride 12 months of the year, then you're still going to have a cold and a hot part of that year wherever it is. It might not be really cold, but you don't want to have warm gear when it's really hot, and cold gear, you know what I mean. So you've got to consider weather. Then you've got to consider, you know, you're riding a bike because you think you look cool. You know, I think I look cool. I do look cool because no one can see me inside my helmet. So yeah, absolutely, I'm cool. This guy here, he thinks I'm cool. Do you think I'm cool, mate? No? Oh, there's no one in there. So you want to wear something that doesn't make you look like a knob. No one wants to be a knob. So you've got to find a balance between fashion, protection from an accident, protection from the elements, wind, rain, and today snow, and so there's a lot of things to think about, and you may end up buying 2 jackets and 2 helmets and 2 pairs of boots, and so the £1,000, when you think a decent bike jacket is £300, well, your £1,000's not going to last you long if you're going to want 2 of them. You know, a helmet, the minimum you're going to spend on a helmet, if you actually want to protect your head, is £150 at least. And there is, if you're going to buy a helmet, there's a website you can go on, and you can You can put in the make and the brand and the model of helmet you're thinking of buying, and it will tell you how good it is and its safety rating, which is pretty good, because you'll be surprised that some £400 RI helmets are giving you less protection than a £110 basic shark helmet or something. So it's a good website, because just because it's 400 quid doesn't necessarily mean it's past the safety standards to as high a level as a £200 helmet. So it's always worth having a look on there. Can't think what it's called. I'll find out and I can drop it in the comments below. Also, when I get back, I'll edit some footage into this video in my garage, showing you like the bits and bobs that I'm talking about, because I can't really talk about them sat on the bike, and I'm not wearing everything that I own bike wise. So but I will talk about it, and then I'll try and edit in the video what I'm actually speaking about. So yeah, so they're the kind of things you need to think about: fashion, weather, protection, etc. Let's go, which way should we go? Head to toe. Right, helmet. I've already touched upon the safety of the helmet, but the type of helmet. If you're riding like a Harley, or you know, like a cruiser bike, you're going to be tempted to get an open face helmet, or what some Americans wear is just basically a colander on their head, little tin can on their head. I mean, it's just dangerous. And I have worn open face helmets, and I'll tell you what, they are miserable, absolutely miserable. If any little grain of sand or stone or fly comes at you and hits you in the face when you're doing 70-80 miles an hour down a motorway, you know, you're overtaking a lorry, I guarantee they're going to be flicking up tiny little bits of sand and stuff off the road. Oh my god, feels like being smashed in the face by Frank Bruno. And God forbid it starts raining, oh, a little bit of drizzle, it feels like you're getting hailstones in the face. Yeah, so open face helmet, bad for just general comfort. It also feels like it's trying to be ripped off the back of your head, because the wind gets inside the helmet obviously, and then it's just pulling on your neck, pulling on your chin. So not comfortable, but the main thing, not protective. If you can happily Google images of open face helmet crashes. You know, people that basically the first thing that's going to come into contact with the pavement is probably not your head, it's your chin, and your jaw. You know, jaw versus tarmac. I'll tell you who's going to win. It's tarmac every time, and your jaw could quite easily just come clean off, and that's a pretty grim picture. But if that's not enough to make you want to buy a full face helmet, I don't know what is. They're so uncomfortable and they're just not safe. So please, you can buy cool looking retro full face helmets. I've had them. You don't need an open face helmet to meet your fashion requirements. There are full face helmet, like retro, old vintage style, but they have all the modern protection built in, so please opt for one of them. What else can I say about helmet? Other things you want to think about helmet is things like pin lock. Pin lock is like a visor that goes inside your visor, and because the visor is because there's two kind of surfaces on top of each other, they create an air gap in between, and what that does is it stops your visor fogging up. And I absolutely swear by them. I would not buy a helmet without pin lock. It is fantastic. Rain, shine, fog, cold, hot, whatever, your visor will never fog up. Brilliant bit of kit. So yeah, look for a helmet that has a pin lock visor. That's P-I-N-L-O-C-K, pin lock. What else can I say? Bluetooth. So you don't necessarily buy a helmet that has Bluetooth built in, although that's very good. You can buy kits that are attached to the helmet. Plenty of brands out there. Mine, I have a Shark Spartan carbon helmet, and the Shark brand have their own Bluetooth kit called Shark Tooth. Yeah, obviously a play on Bluetooth. And inside the helmet you buy it separately to the helmet, but the helmet already has like the space and the little gaps where you're meant to put the battery and where you feed the speakers and the microphone and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I got a Shark helmet and I bought a Shark Tooth kit to go in the helmet, so I can connect it to my phone, I can listen to music, I can make phone calls and stuff. Well, I could, but I don't have the microphone connected because I never really found the need to make phone calls whilst I'm riding my bike, and also you can hardly hear the person on the other end and they can probably hardly hear you, so I took the microphone out. But yeah, you can use it for that, and you can also connect to other people's Bluetooth helmets. So you know, if you're out on a day out with a mate or whatever and you've both got a Bluetooth helmet system, you probably need your instructions to do it, but you can connect to each other, so you can talk to each other. So there's one plus of leaving your microphone in the helmet, I guess. If you go out riding with mates, you can connect to each other and chat, which is really useful, because trying to give hand signals when you're riding to your mate because you're lost or you've missed a junction or you don't actually know where you're going, it's really quite difficult. It's a lot easier to talk to each other, and also yeah, you can slag off other drivers or have a good chin wag with each other instead of just sat there antisocial in your helmet for 4 hours of riding, not talking to anyone. Yeah, so that's Bluetooth systems for helmets. What else can I say about helmet? Oh, sun visor. So my helmet here has got a built-in sun visor. It's like a flip down thing, so I can just reach on top of my helmet and turn the visor, yeah, flip it down, so I've got basically sunglasses on, or flip it back up, and that's built into the helmet, and they are also fantastic. Again, I would not buy a helmet without one, because I used to have to ride to work during the day with a clear visor on, and then in a backpack carry my I'd travel into work in the day with a sun visor attached, and then carry a clear visor in my backpack, so that the journey home at night I can actually see where I'm going. And once I did forget, and I had to ride home at night with a dark visor on, which is not ideal. So yeah, so helmet with pin lock, helmet with a sun visor built in, like a flip one, and a Bluetooth thing you can think about afterwards, because like I said, many systems can just attach to any helmet. But I would recommend the Shark one, it's very good, and I love Shark helmets. So right, so I think that is pretty much helmets covered. I guess you could touch upon like wind noise and things. You know, different helmets are going to have different levels of like how good they are at keeping out wind noise. So, but I mean, that's really a personal preference, and then also you've got your personal preference of design. You know, lots of helmets could just be plain old black, or you can get ones that have got their replica helmets of your favourite racing riders and stuff. So it all comes down to your personal preference beyond that, and you might find you want a Rossi helmet. So if you want a Rossi helmet, you're going to have to buy an AGV helmet, so therefore you've straight away limited yourself to AGV. So anyway, we're making good progress here up the mountain. On the subject of wind noise, if you're just learning to ride a bike, or you are a bike rider, earplugs. Please, 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 please wear earplugs all the time, every single time you ride, every single time. You will suffer. You may be able to bear the wind noise when you're out for a ride for an hour or so. If you're out all day, it's going to hurt. But if you are out, if you ride a lot, I promise you, later in life, you will suffer with tinnitus. My dad suffered, and he always told me wear earplugs. Yeah, you will suffer tinnitus if you don't protect your ears. And the thing about your ears is they don't repair themselves. So if you damage your ear, well, that's it. You're done. There's no ear laser surgery. So yeah, wear earplugs, please, and decent ones. Don't worry about not being able to hear traffic and stuff like that. You can get ones with filters in, so you can hear. You know, it gets rid of the white noise, if you like, and you can still hear people talk to you and stuff like that, which is what I wear. But I did used to wear ones that cut out all the noise. But to be honest, it doesn't cut out all the noise. I can still hear a bit of the wind, and I can still hear stuff around me, and I can still hear the bike, because obviously you want to hear the bike, you want to hear, so you're not revving it to death. Yeah, you want to have some hearing. But please wear earplugs. Okay, that's helmets covered now, I think. Let's move down to neck. So you can buy, if you're going to ride in cold weather, you probably want to get like a neck gaiter. I've got one that's got like a fleece thing around the neck, and then it's a slightly thinner material for about a foot above that, and I can either gather that up around my neck, more like, you know, kind of like a scarf, or like today, because I'm coming up the mountain and it's well, I thought it was going to be freezing, but it's not actually that cold. I can put it over the top of my head, so it kind of covers my head, so I keep my head warm under my helmet, or I can just put it in front of my mouth and my nose like I have today, and it just keeps the cold wind off my face. So yeah, so that's, yeah, a pretty simple thing, neck gaiter. Again, it's up to you what you buy. I'm assuming this is kind of salt. There's on the road I'm talking about, not anywhere else. Right, I'm just going to take it nice and steady across here, because we're going to get higher. Yeah, Vegas is not sea level. Vegas is about 3,000 feet above sea level, something like that. And so Mount Charleston at the top is 12,000 feet ish, something like that. And I think I'm already at 8. I think I'm about 8,000 feet now. So I thought it was going to be freezing cold, but it's actually all right. But I do have some decent warm gear on. Right, yeah, so that's neck. So next, I guess we talk about jackets. Jackets, fairly simple. 99% of people are going to buy a bike jacket. But again, you know, please don't ride around in just a normal jacket. Don't think that a denim jacket or a plain old leather jacket out of Topshop is going to give you the same protection as a bike leather jacket. It's not. So yeah, buy a bike jacket. Again, don't skimp. The more money you can spend on your bike gear, the more you're going to save in the long run, because if you buy cheap rubbish now, in a couple of years you're just going to end up having to buy another jacket. But on the flip side, you're going to want to buy something that covers you for, you know, different weathers, different occasions. And personally, I couldn't recommend this jacket I'm wearing right now. I mean, you can't see it, but like I say, I'll edit in the footage. It's a fabric jacket made by Revit. Can't remember the exact name. I'll have a look after. But basically, it's a jacket in a jacket. So it's got like a liner inside the bike jacket. So if it's really hot, and trust me, I know about riding in the heat, riding to work in Vegas in the summer where it's like 50 degrees. When it's hot, I can take the liner out, and it's still a full bike jacket. It's got armour on the elbows, I've got a back protector, all that kind of stuff, you know, proper bike jacket, but it's completely vented. So as much as it's going to be 50 degrees here in the summer, I'm getting as much air to my body as possible while still providing me with protection. But the liner is a windproof, which in itself is like the best thermal property you can get, because on a bike it's not necessarily the temperature that's going to make you feel cold, it's the wind. It's the 70 mile an hour wind in your face, that's what's going to make you cold. So because it's windproof, 95% of the cold is dealt with. Oh, and also the liner is waterproof. Ooh, waterproof. My voice went all high. I got very excited about that, but yeah, the liner is waterproof, so it covers me for everything. It covers me for a rainy day, covers me for a hot day, covers me for a cold day. And I've tested this jacket down to kind of -6 air temperature. So you think with a 70 mile an hour wind, you're probably talking -20 or something like that, and it's fine. I've not sat on the bike shivering. I must say, if I was going to be on the bike for more than 45 minutes an hour, like is what my commute is, I would probably wear a warmer layer underneath, like I'd wear a jumper or something. But I wear like a sports top and a t-shirt or something under the liner, and I've tested it down to what I say, -6 to -20 wind, and it's been perfectly good. Just check that this battery hasn't run out. So yeah, great. So you want to find a jacket like that you can wear for any occasion, any weather, and it's going to keep you comfortable, because you want to be comfortable. If you're uncomfortable on a bike, I promise you you're unsafe, because all you're thinking about is how cold you are, how wet you are, how miserable you are, and therefore you're not focused on your riding, which in any of those weathers you need to be focusing on your riding, because the road's wet, or the road's icy, or the road's, or whatever. So you need to think about that. So yeah, make sure you're comfortable, buy decent gear. But you could easily also buy 3 jackets if you want. You could buy a summer jacket that's going to be excellent during the summer, and you could buy a winter jacket or an adventure jacket that's going to keep you warm and dry in the winter. But if you don't have to spend that money on that, then great. And, if you're minted, if you're watching this and you're minted, well, go and buy yourself 3 or 4 jackets. Happy days. So that's like this jacket, a leather jacket. So I do have a leather jacket, and that's also got a liner, but that's really just like an extra layer. It's just a basic thermal liner. It's not brilliant, but leather is kind of naturally windproof, so you don't really suffer too much of the wind temperature because it's leather. But I don't really, well, actually, no, tell a lie, I do wear that on this bike in the UK. So I do wear a leather jacket in the UK unless it's really, really cold, or raining. But I generally keep my leathers for track days, and a lot of people will ride in the UK wearing full leathers all the time, and that's great. I mean, fair play to you, because that's going to give you the best protection in terms of a crash. That's going to give you better protection than anything else. So great, but it's pretty uncomfortable. And like I say, when you're riding a bike, you want to be comfortable. So I've found there's better ways. And like this Revit jacket, yeah, it's got plenty of protection. It's got enough. And like I say, if you come off a bike, it's going to hurt anyway. So you want to give yourself a good chance, but you're less likely to crash if you're comfortable. So there's a balance between, yeah, you can just put a one-piece leather suit on and ride around. But I'll tell you what, you're going to be pretty uncomfortable. Right, what else about jackets? That's leather jackets, fabric jackets. Then you got, your cool fashion jackets. I'll show you, I've got a nice Triumph jacket at home, but again it's kind of a retro, like Steve McQueen. Crikey, there's water. That's like a Steve McQueen style jacket, and it looks cool, but it is a bike jacket. It's got full protection, shoulder protection, elbow protection, back protection, so I'll show you that in the edited footage. Right, what's next? Trousers or pants for my American brothers and sisters. So 99% of the time I wear biker jeans. Make sure they are biker jeans, not jeans. My biker jeans are biker jeans because they have Kevlar built into the arse. So if I came off my bike and slid down the road, I'm not going to get like my skin ripped off, because the Kevlar will give me some protection. But they've got knee protection as well, so if you come off and bash your knee, you're giving yourself again a good chance of surviving it. On a day like today where I'm coming up the mountain and I'm thinking it's going to be really cold, I've got a pair of long johns under my jeans. They're biker long johns, but they're no different to any other long johns. They're just sold in a bike shop. So yeah, a pair of long johns, and that keeps me warm on days like, you know, this, where I'm riding extra snow. But yeah, just make sure you get biker jeans, and again, don't skimp on price. You know, these were like $200. You can probably buy slightly better ones for $300-400. So again, get what you can afford, but don't get a pair of $50 bike jeans that don't have any knee protection, and they've got a Kevlar copy material in there, so it's not Kevlar. You know, it's like Chevlar or something. Some companies made something that is a bit like Kevlar, but it's not Kevlar. You know, spend the money. If you're going to wear biker jeans, get proper, decent, expensive biker jeans. Also, as a added layer of protection, I wear like a pair of cycling shorts underneath. I think they're actually snowboarding shorts, and the reason I wear them is because they've got, around your hip area, the biker jeans don't generally have any protection. Like a pair of leather biker jeans or leather bike pants will have trousers will have protection in the hip. So I wear basically snowboarding shorts underneath my jeans. Again, I'll show you in an edited video later, but they've got protection on like the hip and your thigh, and like around the bottom of your coccyx. There's a good bit of padding there. So if I came off, again, I'm just giving myself an extra layer of help. You know, they're not going to save me from, depending how far I come off, they're not going to save me from hitting a lamppost, but they're just going to give me a little bit more peace of mind, and that's what it's all about. Right, so that's trousers, I think. Socks, obviously, just please wear a pair of socks. Boots is another big safety one. Again, like when you do your test in Vegas, you just have to have a pair of boots that covers your ankle. And yeah, that's okay. That's not terrible. It's not as bad as wearing, some people that ride in Vegas wear a pair of trainers. Oh dear, no, please don't do that. You need at least to have some ankle protection. But yeah, biker boots. Wear biker boots. So on here I have what look like a pair of trainers, and they cover my ankle, but they are biker boots, and they're waterproof. They've got laces on, but actually you don't ever touch the laces. They've got like a zip on the side, so I can easily like slip the boots on and off and just do up the zip. But they look nice. They go with your jeans. They go with your biker jeans. but they are bike boots, so they're going to have that extra layer of protection. They're going to have the armour built into the ankle part. Snow and water, never good. Going to put feet down, check if it's ice. Oh, hello bike. If he's gone up there, I can go up there. Yeah, so biker boots are going to have that armour built in, so if you come off, they're going to be a bit more solid. If you're dragging it down the road, it's going to stay in one piece. A pair of Nike Air Jordans on your feet, they're going to rip to shreds. As soon as you hit the ground, they're just going to fall apart. They're going to provide your foot or your ankle any protection. However, we're not just talking about foot or ankle, really we're talking about your shin as well. So like with these boots on, I don't have any protection for my shin. However, my boots, like race boots that I use on track day, they cover like your calf and up to your knee, so they give you that extra protection of your shin, because your shin is a pretty easy bone to break. I imagine it's pretty painful. So yeah, if I came off at speed now and hit something, I probably could easily break my shin. So there is an argument that you'd want to wear a pair of boots that goes up beyond your calf and protects you a little bit more. But if I'm going to wear biker jeans and stuff, so I can go somewhere and still hang out and be comfortable, bike like racer boots aren't really going to be that comfortable for me. So yeah, I choose to wear these, and that's my choice. I'm giving myself a good level of protection, but not the best. If I was riding now with the best level of protection, I'd be in a full one-piece leather suit with race boots on, my full face helmet that I've got on now, really good gloves and stuff, and even an airbag suit. That's the best level of protection. However, I wouldn't be comfortable, which would potentially make me unsafe, and I wouldn't really enjoy riding that much. So you've got to find the balance of giving yourself a really good layer of protection, but being comfortable and enjoying a ride and looking cool. That's boots covered pretty quickly, I think. Oh, gloves. That reminds me, gloves. Gloves. Oh God, some people don't even wear gloves out here. Oh. What are you going to do? If you come off your bike, what's the first thing you do? Put your hands out, or if you fall over, what's the first thing you do? You put your hands out in front of you, don't you? Well, if I come off my bike, I'm going to naturally put my hands down, and if I've got no gloves on, can you imagine? This is a slippy roundabout. Anyway, now it's got like water on it and snow. Please don't be ice. Just going to go really slowly over this. If you saw my tyres are like pretty much slick tyres. They're not designed for rain or snow or ice. So hence me going really slow. Yeah, gloves. Wear a pair of gloves. Wear biker gloves. My gloves here, they got armour in the knuckles. They got leather on this side where I'm going to put my hand down, and a kind of fabric on the back. But these gloves are also Gore-Tex, so they're windproof, waterproof. They allow my hand to breathe, so they're good in the warm, good in the cold. I wouldn't say these are absolutely amazing in the cold. If it was when I rode back from work, it was like -6, I'd have my heated gloves on, but I've got heated grips on the bike that I commute on, so yeah, that's all good. Yeah, so gloves, just wear a pair of bike gloves, leather gloves, Gore-Tex gloves. I've got a pair of summer gloves which are like really thin, because when it's really hot out here, but they're still biker gloves. It still gives me a layer of protection. I'm just going to stop here, let this truck past. still give me a layer of protection. But yeah, just wear a pair of gloves. I don't know why people here don't wear gloves. Right, so I won't go into the car park, but here, this is Lee Canyon, which is the ski resort where that truck's probably making his way to. Oh, there you go, a sign to prove my point. There you go, you can believe me now. Ski area. Ski area. So there you go. I went really slowly, so it took me a little bit longer than it normally would, but I've driven you from about 10 miles north of Las Vegas Strip and up to about, I don't know, 9,000 feet, something like that, 9,000 feet for the ski area. I'm going to find a place to stop and take some pictures. So if I go quiet, I'll edit it out because I'm going to think about where I want to go to take some pictures. Let's go in the car park. There's a car coming. Don't want this to be ice. Oh, don't be ice. It's pretty dry. Oh, okay. There's a parking man. So I will turn around. Car come. We're good. Don't go on there. Right, let's find a place for some photographs. What else can I tell you about bike gear? I don't think, have I missed anything? I'm trying to think head to toe. I think I've covered all bases. So yeah, like I say, I'll edit. I'll go home and edit some footage in my garage or something of my bike gear. So all the things I've been talking about, you can see. I'm trying to get my bike into neutral, if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. So I'll bid you goodbye for now. Maybe I'll speak in a bit when I can find neutral on my bike. Hi everyone. So as promised, I was going to show you the riding gear that I was talking about in the last video, and talk about, you know, some of those safety features and some of those things that you don't want to look at buying. So I was talking about the open face helmet. So here, this is an open face helmet, and as you can see, there is no protection for your chin or your jaw. So I really would advise against wearing something like that. This is Tracy's old helmet. She used to wear that, and then I stepped her up to a full face helmet. So this is a HJC full face helmet, and she only comes out with me obviously during the day, so she's got a tinted visor on there. So that's full face helmet. It's going to provide you good chin protection, but still it's got the air vents and stuff in to let the air in. So that's really kind of the most basic of what you want to buy. My helmet, as I spoke about, it's a Shark. Hope you can see this all right. Shark Spartan carbon. It's got the pin lock visor that just slips in the front here, and also if I hold that, you can see if I push this thing at the back, the sun visor comes down. So sun visor, flip it back, no sun visor, pin lock for anti-fog, and then the shark tooth that I was talking about. This is a little control here, so I can turn it on and off, adjust the volume, answer phone calls, etc. And then that sneaks away, tucks away in there, and in the back the battery sits in there somewhere, and I can probably find somewhere in here, hidden away, is the cable Oh well, I can't find it, but the cable, you just put out the cable and you can charge it. That charges the battery, and then that's just my GoPro mount attached to the chin. But yeah, so that's a full face helmet. It's carbon, so it's fairly light. But yeah, the main things you want to look for: full face, so you got chin protection, pin lock visor to stop fogging up, and the built-in sun visor. Really useful. I'd say 90% of full face helmets now have got the built-in sun visor, and most decent helmets will come with a pin lock, I would imagine. But they're the things you want to look for. Right, so that's helmets. Okay, just touching upon ear protection. Daisy's doing an excellent job here of storing all these clothes. But yeah, ear protection, so just make sure you can see these. Just a pair of earplugs, and they've got like a filter built in, so cuts out the most of the wind noise, but I can still hear people talk to me. I mean, these are great. You can get just plain old earplugs that just plug out all the noise or stop all the noise coming in, or you can get all sorts of ones that, you know, foam ones that fit your ear or molded to your ear and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, please, as I said in the video, wear ear protection. So looking at jackets, this is my Revit fabric jacket. It's got good protection on the arms, good protection on the shoulders. It's got a back protector built in, but the liner, as you can see here, I'll just unzip it. So it's got this liner built in. So this is the windproof, waterproof element of the jacket, and then that just zips in or out of the main jacket really quickly. So that provides me really good warmth. But if I take it out in the summer, it's just a really well ventilated jacket to let a lot of air flow in. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak highly enough of this jacket, and Revit. I'm a massive fan of Revit. As you'll see, most of my gear is Revit. But another good thing of this jacket is, I know it sounds silly, but elasticated cuffs. Really important, because obviously if you're going to wear the liner to keep out cold, the last thing you want is cold air getting up your sleeve. So elasticated cuffs, really good. And then what you'll find in a lot of bike jackets is they've got like a zip along the back, and that zips to my jeans or to leather trousers or whatever you're going to wear on the bottom, and that stops the jacket from riding up. It also, in an accident, it's going to stop the jacket from lifting up and not protecting you, so that's really good. So that's my jacket that I wear 95% of the time. This is a leather suit, so this is a two-piece leather suit, again Revit. Not really a lot to say. It's, you know, it's a decent leather suit that I wear for track days. Again, elbow shoulder back protector, and then the trousers underneath. So these got a zip all the way around the back, and also a short zip, so if I wear my other jacket it short zips into that. But so a two-piece leather suit will zip together to make it a one-piece, which I think is better than a one-piece, because then I get the option of wearing a leather jacket with jeans, or going on a track day and zipping them together. On these, they've got knee sliders, good knee protection, plenty of zips, and it's got like it's not leather on the back, it's like a stretchy fabric to give you a little bit more comfort. It's leather where you need it. But yeah, so again, Revit. I I didn't really talk about this, but this is a heated jacket. It's called Hot Wired is the brand. That's pretty good. It's just a jacket in really cold weather you can wear underneath your other bike jackets. It's got a little control here for the temperature, low, medium and high, and it's also on the ends of the sleeves got connectors for connecting to heat your gloves. So that is a good bit of kit. There. And then this, like I was talking about, if you want to look cool, be fashionable, this is a Triumph jacket that I've had many years now. Expensive, but like I say, if you spend money early, it will last you a lifetime. Again, elbow protection, shoulder protection, it's got a back protector, plenty of pockets, plenty of comfort, and it's like a sort of denim-y material. Yeah, really nice bit of kit. So yeah, so you can buy pretty decent looking bike jackets if you want that extra bit of coolness, rather than like having the reflective material on or what have you. So that's jackets. Right, moving on to trousers or pants. So these are the bike jeans I was talking about. Just look like regular sort of blacky dark green jeans. These have got knee protectors in, but apart from the knee protectors they don't have any kind of like side impact protection or hips or anything like that. But what they've got inside is, you see this kind of like yellowy fabric that's sewn in to the arse. That is Kevlar, so if you go down on your arse you've got some protection there. And I think there's some Kevlar, I think there's a little bit further down or behind the knee maybe, but yeah, mainly on your arse that's got some Kevlar built in. So pair of jeans, I wear them most of the time. Underneath, if it's cold, just wear a pair of long johns. These are called freeze out, but yeah, just a regular pair of long johns. These are the snowboarding shorts I was talking about. So these give you a little bit of padding on your thigh. They've got a good bit of hip protection there, and a good bit of padding for your coccyx. So that's just like a pair of, look like a pair of cycling shorts, but they've got snowboarding protection in. And then these, I didn't really talk about these on the video, but these are my Revit kind of like touring trousers, and these match my jacket. These are the same as my jacket. So again, the liner that zips in inside the pant gives you that waterproof, windproof protection. Take the liner out and you've got a really nice ventilated pair of trousers. Knee protection. These have got some hip protection in there, a little bit anyway, and they just zip in. The liner just zips into the bottom. But yeah, so another pair of trousers. So on my gear you can see I've got like 2 pairs of trousers, well yeah, 3 pairs of trousers. Got the adventure ones, jeans, leather. I got 3 jackets, the Triumph one, the leather one and a fabric one. So you can see where £1,000 isn't going to buy you all that. There's probably £2,500 worth of stuff there. And then boots. Let's look at the boots. These are my sort of everyday boots. You can see they cover your ankle. They got some protection on there for your ankle, but they're going to be stronger, so if you come off your bike they're not going to rip to shreds. And there you can see they got laces, but you don't use the laces, you slip them on. They've got like a sleeve there because they're waterproof, and you just zip them on, zip up, job done. And these are made by Forma. I think they're an Italian brand, Forma. but yeah, they're waterproof, got something called Dry-Tex in them, so kind of an offshoot of Gore-Tex, I guess. So they're pretty good bike boots. But if you want full protection, then you want a pair of something like this. These are dainese racing boots. So you slip them on, they zip up at the back, and you've got a little bit of Velcro there to adjust how big your calves are. But these are going to provide you proper protection of your shin, ankle, toe sliders. Really decent pair of boots. But yeah, if you wanna, you can wear them under jeans if you want the full protection, but they're just not going to be as comfortable. There's some give there. There's like a join there, so you can get a bit of flexibility, and I guess the more you wear them, the more comfortable they're going to become. But yeah, they're going to give you the best protection if you don't want to just wear an ankle boot. And that, I think, is about it. Oh no, gloves. Here we go, gloves. Oh, I forgot that as well. This is my kind of like balaclava, if you like. So it's got a fleecy part at the bottom that goes around your neck, and then this bit you can either pull up over your head or just have it gathered as more of a wind protector around your neck. But they're good in cold weather. So gloves, I've got, again, Revit. These are my sort of all year round gloves. Short gloves, but they're Gore-Tex, so they're windproof, waterproof. They got leather on the front, which is where you're going to put your hand if you fall off. They got knuckle protection, and then an elastic cuff, which is good to keep the wind out. These are my summer gloves, again Revit. They've got the knuckle protection. They got leather on the front, and then they haven't got this elastic sleeve, obviously, because they're summer gloves, so you want the air to get in. But yeah, they're just a nice lightweight pair of gloves to wear in the summer. You can see the differences. Slightly a bit more bulky, a bit more material in these Gore-Tex ones, but yeah, really comfy, really good. And then racing gloves, Revit, surprisingly, Revit gloves. So the leather is like almost like a little bit thinner than these, but that's just because it's just giving you a bit of flexibility. But these are full-on protection. They're quite tight fitting, knuckle, all leather, and then you got loads of like, you can adjust the Velcro over your jacket or under your jacket, whichever you prefer, with your leather jacket on. Even there, like a little bit of extra protection for the pad of your hand, and there for your little finger. But these are full-on track day gloves. But then if you want to wear, there's nothing to stop you wearing these on the road, but they're not going to be waterproof, windproof, etc. They're going to just provide you that extra protection. So there's always that balance to be had, protection versus comfort, and you've got to find what works for you. These are going to provide me a really good level of protection, but they're going to be more comfortable than the racing gloves, and that same goes for the boots. They're going to provide more protection, but they're going to be less comfortable, and if you're comfortable, you're safe. So yeah, that's it. So I just wanted to mop up what I'd spoken about in my video up Mount Charleston, and showing you what gear I wear, and you can see all the bikes together. Daisy, Dora and Dot there in the corner. Right, so that's all. Thanks very much for listening. Bye bye.